tonight like there's no tomorrow. I will let loose, I'll be free. Got my whole life, it's been on my mind. I know exactly what I need to start this fire. It's the time and place so many know. It's a place many will go. Just try it once and you can disappear. If you're ready, I'm able. It's like a dark night waiting for my life to unfold. There's a sharp knife penetrating my soul. It's like a dark night waiting for my life to unfold. Hey! to life. Time after time I question myself. This is not what it seems. Day after day I try to believe. Seems like I'm living a dream. Sometimes it makes me wonder, is there a door that's open? Take a chance and see. Can you believe? It's time to live and see the light. Take the time to fight and do what's right. Gotta take it on one step at a time. I'm gonna open my eyes to a brand new day. 'Cause I'm here to stay. Temptation, it lies beside me. Today's a give and take. Thoughts tend to spin, make me so crazy. Why did I do this again? Sometimes it makes me wonder, is there a door still open? I can't wait any longer. Do you believe? It's time to live and see the light. Take the time to fight and do what's right. Gotta take it on one step at a time. I'm gonna open my eyes to a brand new day. 'Cause I'm here to stay. I'm here to stay. Oh.
Good afternoon and welcome to Charlton TV as we bring you coverage of Charlton Athletic versus Lewes live from the Oakwood. Just 7 days after the points were shared in the meeting between Charlton and Sheffield United, Karen Hills' side take to the field once again as they host Lewes this afternoon. Just a point separating these two league rivals means it's surely going to be a very tasty encounter at the Oakwood. The Addicks are in form, haven't lost since the 14th of November. And to add to the impressive run of results, the Addicks have also been ruthless in their defensive duties, having not conceded in 4 games in all competitions, and they currently sit 6th place in the Championship standings. However, Lewes should not be overlooked. The Rooks' last fixture saw them beat top-flight club Reading on penalties in the WSL Cup before the turn of the new year. However, this is their first contest of 2022 after their game against Durham last weekend was postponed. Just as the players are on the pitch, I'll run you through our two sides this afternoon, starting with our home side, Charlton Athletic. In goal was number 13, Eartha Cummings. 6 and captain Anna Philby. 11, Alicia Salula. 14, Megan Wynn. 16, Elise Hughes. 17, Kira Skills. 18, Lois Roach. 22, Beth Rowe. 26, Lois Hukin. 28, Georgia Fox. And 29, Mia Ross. Subs for the Addicks this afternoon are number 2, Becky Jane. 3, Rachel Newborough. 5, Holly Olding. 8, Natalia Negri. 10, back in the squad for the first time this season, Lauren Bruton. 19, Ella Rutherford. And 25, Hannah Godfrey. And the lineup for your visitors this afternoon is number 1, Tatiana Saunders. 3, Rhiannon Cleverly. 5, Nicola Cousins. 7, Lucy Ashworth Clifford. 8, Ellie Noble. 10, Freda Ayisi. 14, Paula Howells. 15, Umi Umathong. 18, Rebecca McKenna. 23, Izzy Dalton. 27, Zoe Cross. And your subs for Lewes this afternoon are 4, Amelia Hazard. 6, Ellie Hack. 9, Georgia Thims. 11, Heidi Logan. 16, Izzy Collins. 17, Josie Longhurst. 31, Laura Hartley. And number 32, Chanel Salgado. So welcome to Charlton TV as we bring you this afternoon's coverage of Charlton Athletic versus Lewes live from the Oakwood. Kickoff is imminent. Team just getting ready, just having their team huddle before kickoff. Should be a very exciting encounter this afternoon with both sides sitting 6th and 7th respectively in the WSL Championship. Both only 4 points off second place at the moment. A spot occupied by Crystal Palace. They're currently beating Durham 3-2. One notable mention this afternoon, Lauren Bruton is back on the bench, which is great news for Karen Hills' side. Lauren had suffered quite a bad injury, so it is great to see her back within that matchday squad this afternoon. It'll be an interesting test this afternoon with Lewes playing their first game of 2022. Their last league encounter actually was played back on the 21st of November when they beat Sheffield United away from home. So an interesting test this afternoon. The players just get ready to kick off, and it will be the Addicks that kick off with Alicia Salula. The referee just signalling to the goalkeepers to make sure they're ready. And the game will be underway shortly as the players take the knee. To a nice round of applause from the Oakwood crowd this afternoon. Basking in the sun again, which is great. After a couple of weekends of nasty weather, it's good to see football back at the Oakwood.
Philby! Lovely
Ball
Philby!
launched forward early by Charlton as they look down the left-hand side. Find Lois Hukin, she drives the ball in. Looking for a corner early, but went out of play before. And that'll be a Lewes goal kick.
Corner minimum, Philby, good start. Mia Ross! Mia, start in!
A decent crowd down at the Oakwood this afternoon. The sun shining. Quite a cold day, but it's good to see the Addicks supporters braving the weather and getting out and watching the team this afternoon. The ball was pumped long by Saunders. Nodded away into centre midfield. Ball forward by Noble, and she sends the ball out wide, looking for Noble again, but it will be dealt with easily by skills. Now a run out of play for a Charlton goal kick. Be taken by Eartha Cummings, with a notable mention for her as well. We said in the intro, 4 clean sheets for Eartha Cummings in a row. Outstanding save as well last weekend against Sheffield United. Really special stuff from the Scotland international as she sends the ball long down the left-hand side. Knocked on, but just too far for Lewes Houston to get onto the end of it, and it will be a Lewes throw.
Stay in front of her, Rochi. Get in front of her. No
Lewes looking for
back.
options here.
Come on, low. Come on, low. Tight.
Forward closed down, but
Tighter.
Lewes will come away with it. Look out wide as the ball sent down the right-hand side. Looking through Mathong, but runs out of play. Throw-in to be taken by Georgia Fox. Signed on loan in this month, on loan from Chelsea. Good control by Fox, and the ball sent long down the left-hand side to Lewes Houston. She's trying to get across the way, but she's got company, but she does get the ball inside to right. Force the way back out. Ball comes in, but just too short. But it's picked up in the midfield by Philby. Philby sends it over to Houston, but it's just run out of play.
When she's got it, goal kick. Just come right in line with Kira. Yeah.
Throw-in taken, bounces around in the box, driven across goal by Elise Hughes, but run back out now to Roach. Roach will try to get a ball across, but it's dealt with well by Lewes defender, and Charlton will have the first corner of the afternoon. Good early signs from Charlton, looking lively and looking sharp. On a very impressive run of form at the moment, Karen Hills' side. The corner to be taken. Looks like there's a short option on with Fox, but she comes away and the ball does work its way into the box, just over the head of Kira Skills, and that will run out for a Lewes throw on the far side.
Lois H. Hey, Lois, stay in. Alicia, stay in front. Winnie, nothing back. Nothing back to the throw, Winnie.
Mia Ross, get in front. Get in front of her.
Ball knocked on by Lewes. Throw height on the touchline, but it'll run out of play for a Charlton throw-in now. Just midway into the Lewes half. Moxon's in the middle. Roach knocked the ball forward, but it's intercepted well by Ellie Noble. Ball sent long by the Lewes defence, but again hacked away. Nodded on, almost falls for Delula, but ends up falling at the feet of Buchan. But Lewes come away with the ball now. They do well to play out from the back as they send the ball down the right-hand side to Ashworth Clifford. Got a bit of space, but she's been tracked by Georgia Fox. Has to come on her left foot, but Fox just has too much for her and manages to get the ball away, but only as far as the Lewes midfielder, and it goes back down this right-hand side. But again, great pressure from Charlton. Sees the ball all the way back to Saunders in the Lewes goal. Saunders sends the ball long. Takes a bit of an awkward bounce for Fox, but she deals with it well, but almost well enough to keep the ball in. But it's fallen quite kindly there for Noble, but it's dealt with well again by Charlton as they try and send the ball along themselves. A bit of a scrap in the middle there, and that'll be a foul and a free kick to Charlton. Maybe an advantage played there. Looked like Alicia Salula wanted that. He had a bit of a run on, but the ref has pulled that back for the foul on Megan Wynn. Charlton take the free kick short and out to Fox. Salula only go back. The ball sent long, looking for Lois Hukin on the left, and will she get there before it runs out of play? She does, but she's going to need some support. Salula is there if you look behind. They try and get the ball, and she's done very well to beat her player there, and she gets the ball inside to Roach. Roach sends it back to Hukin. Salula, but offside given for Charlton. Some good play there, some very good work on the left-hand side from Lois Yukon. She managed to keep the ball in under the pressure from the Lewes defender, but just straying offside the Addict. Saunders will look for options here for Lewis. Looks like she's going to send it long. Nothing really on for the short.
Good, so you can step on. Step onto it.
He does send it long, but it's out quite far wide, and Clifford does do well to keep that on for Lewis, and it's almost driven forward by Ayisi and worked his way out to the left-hand side now. Lewis driving down the left, trying to get the ball inside. Will they find Ayisi? Novan Cummings has to come for that and clear it, and she does. Sends it deep into Lewis half on the right-hand side, but it does bounce out for a Lewis throw. Quite an even start here. Something to be expected. The two sides only separated by one place in the championship table, both 4 points off second place. It's proven to be a really tight division this year. And Lewis do now punt the ball out to the right-hand side to Clifford. She tries the ball with the outside of a boot, but it's dealt with well by the Charlton defence, but that only comes out as far as Zoe Cross, but it's well tackled by Elise Hughes. Ball runs out for a Charlton throw. Elise Hughes, joint top scorer for the Addict this season, with Ella Rutherford, who's on the bench this afternoon. Emma Follis as well, also on 3 goals for the Addicts, but she's not in the matchday squad today.
Well played, Lewis.
All worked nicely there between Fox and Hugon, but it is just picked up by Lewis midfielder Izzy Dalton. She sends the ball out wide, looking for Rebecca McKenna, but it's just in front of her, and it bounces out for a Charlton throw in a decent position. Run up now. Charlton has the ball, the early option on there with Roach, but she didn't take it. Instead, gone to Kira Skills, and the ball has worked back to right into the Charlton defence to captain Anna Philby. She sends the ball long, looking for a run down that right-hand side. It almost gets there, but it is dealt with well by Ellie Noble. Ball work back now, essentially for Roach. Roach back to Philby. Philby sends a great ball through to Salula. She gets it caught within her feet, but she still has it under control. Works back to Philby again. Philby looking for the run, but not much on, so she goes short to Roach. Roach looking for the ball, but there was no runner there. Some good football by Charlton, but just lacking that last pass, that final ball. No real option, making the run down the right-hand side, but some good play inside, good triangles, good passing. Well kept on the ground as well. Delula playing a little bit more advanced than I've seen her this season. Player that's impressed me ever since she's been at the club.
Get around it. Three.
Well done, Mia. Better.
Don't get under
Ready
the
to
ball,
drop, Reece.
Alicia.
Ready to
Don't
drop,
get
Reece.
under it.
Kick sent long again by Saunders, this time on the far side. Ball's going to run out of play for a Lewis throw. Taken by Nicola Cousins. She has to kick the ball up to McKenna. Take a look further forward. McKenna looking for options. She had Howells and Marks in the middle, but didn't choose Saker, and Charlton pick the ball up now. Philby again with a searching ball down the left-hand side, almost controlled well by Houghton. She's still got it under control. She sends the ball inside, looking for Lois Roach, but it's just ahead of her, and it's gathered well by Saunders. Throws out quickly down this near side. Closed down well by the Addict. Lewis struggling to get out of those areas at the moment. Good pressure from both Georgia Fox and from Lois Houghton on this near side. And Lewis really struggling to deal with those two at the moment. Lewis struggling to utilise Clifford at the moment on the right-hand side. Second top scorer for the visitors. Well, tested in the middle by Saluda. Almost gets there, but just bounces free. I think she's taken a bit of a knock there. Hopefully she can limp that off. Ball runs out for a Charlton throw. Salula still struggling with that. Just a little bit of an impact knock. Hopefully she'll run this one off, and it looks like she will. Fox looking for options. Finds Salula, sends it back. Fox does well to get between the two players, and it's a great searching ball down the left by Salula. Just a little bit too heavy for Hukin. That'll run out of play for a Lewes goal kick. Early start really for Charlton. The early encounters look very good. The Addicks at the moment have comfortable really with the ball. A little bit scrappy in the middle, but as mentioned, this near side here, the battles with Fox and Hukin down this near side is something that they're really struggling to deal with, visitors. Saunders takes the goal kick. She has got a short option. It's not something she's used so far this afternoon. She's not going to use it now. She's going to send it long. Searching ball, but again, it's picked up well by the Charlton defence. Balls nicely. Salula, will she get there? She does. Salula sends it out wide to Lois Hukin. Tries to get the cross in, but just gets that one wrong. Early pressure from the Addicks. Definitely looking the stronger side in this opening 12 minutes.
Lois, get set. Lois H, get set. Too deep, low. Lois, you're too deep.
Ball does go short this time. Saunders now sent long. Fox does well. Lost the back in midfield there. Charlton, and the ball is sent long, looking for the visitors' top scorer Umatong, but it's dealt with well by the Addicks defence, and a try and turn here with Megan Wynn, and almost gets ahead, but just misses. But it's sent forward well by the Addicks, and that's well gathered there by Saunders. Well read, just to stop the ball from falling kindly to the feet of Elise Hughes.
Yes, low. Yes,
Who
low. Into out. Into
sends the
out.
ball
Come on,
out
Elise.
to this near side.
Well done, Lois H.
Searching ball, I think looking for Clifford, but I don't think she was on the same wavelength there. And the Addicks pick it up with ease, and
Unlucky. Go again.
bit of a wasteful ball there. Had a little bit too much on it for Roach to control. It's just slipped through, and visitors get it back under possession. As well tested there between Umasong and Philby, but the ball will run for throw into the visitors. I thought that was an Addicks throw, but apparently not. First real move we've seen inside the Addicks half this afternoon. The Addicks defence not conceded for four games. Really impressive stuff from Karen Hills side. Dealt well there. Ball will run out for a goal. Coming to send this long. Comes it again down this side. The battle in midfield is good. Looking for Lois Hukin, but it just doesn't get there. But Fox comes through to take the throw early to Hukin. Turns. Looking for the cross. She's got options. Finds Fox now. Fox has a go with her right foot, and that is an fantastic strike. Dealt with incredibly well by Saunders. The swerve on the ball almost looked like it was in a nestle in that right-hand corner, but he got across well to pick that up. Great move, Charlton, and a great strike, Fox, but well held by the Lewes keeper Saunders.
Yes, well done. What do you get? Winnie, over. Sorry, take the throw, Lois.
Early throw taken by Lewes and dealt with by Charlton, but only out for another throw into the visitors as they send it a little bit longer this time.
Go. Here again.
But AUC, and now out to Clifford. Clifford looking to get a bit more joy down this side, but it's dealt with well. And that's a lovely neat back heel from Hukin, who makes that run down the left-hand side, and the ball will find her now. Will she get the ball across? Got Elise Hughes in the middle as an option, but it's dealt with well by Lewes, but only for a Charlton corner. Some fantastic interplay in midfield there. Lovely neat back heel. Finds Lois Hukin on this left-hand side. Drives the ball down, and she had options in the middle, but not enough to to get a ball across, was closed down well. Looked like it was a corner, but it was actually a throw into the Addicks. I've got the camera map in my view, so I couldn't see that one. Dealt with well by the visitors and pumped long, but out for a Charlton throw.
Yourself inside, Luke. Well done. Fredo, you got?
Low, stay out.
Salula now. Ball under control, she does. Quick cross into the box. Wasn't really any options there for Charlton.
Low, Roach, stay out there, Low.
Keeper takes it
Yes,
short.
Lois Roach, go on, Low.
Closed down well
Into
by
out.
Buchan, and
Good,
Clifford will
yeah,
try and come away
lovely.
now, but can't get past Spot. A fantastic game on this near side.
Well done, Ace. Well done, Ace.
Final on loan from Chelsea
Onto the thrower, Lois H.
earlier
Buchan,
this
onto
month,
the thrower.
along with Natalia Negri, who signed from Arsenal on loan this month as well. She's on the bench this afternoon. Could make her debut this afternoon if she comes on. She's unused sub last weekend against Sheffield United. The Addicks driving into the box now, trying to find Salula. Has she got an option? Salula will get the shot away, but it's just dragged it right of the right-hand post. It was a good move from Charlton. Salula maybe snapped at it a little bit. Might have had a little bit more time to get the shot away. For a bit of pressure, but she did create the space and managed to get the shot away. Just didn't connect with it how she wanted to. But another good opportunity for the Addicks.
Elise, if that happens.
Well done, Ace. Well done, Ace.
Alicia, not too narrow. Not too
Lewes taking a
narrow.
while to get the goal kick taken. At the moment, the Addicks will be fancied this afternoon. Their home form this season is almost near perfect. 6 games in total played this season. 4 of them, the Addicks have been victorious, drawing in 1 and just losing 1. Ball nearly bounced through for the Addicks, but it's ruled as offside. Yet the Addicks form at home very promising this afternoon. The visitors, however, not so much. Not so good on the road, actually. Just the 1 victory this season on the road. Drawing 1 and losing the other 3. So 1 win, 5 on the road for Lewes this afternoon. But can't be taken lightly, as we said in the intro. Just a place behind the Addicks in the standings in the Championship this season, in a very tightly contested league. Lots of clubs this level with the desire to get into the Women's Super League. The Addicks being one of those, with some long-term investment from Thomas Sangard after his acquisition of the club. Karen Hills coming in with her experience as well. Definitely on the up, and hopefully the Addicks keeping themselves well in the promotion mix this season. Liverpool at the moment runaway leaders, but plenty of football to be played in the meantime. Lewes get us back underway as they send a searching ball looking for Umatong, but it's dealt with well by the Charlton defence. Good bounce to Hughes, but it's picked up by the Lewes midfielder, Freda Ayisi. Again, but Umatong actually, and she's taken a knock there. The top scorer. Real presence up top. Umatong. 4 goals for Lewes this season so far. A not bad return whatsoever. Could be a threat to the Addicks this afternoon. Ball work down that far side, but I'm off for the visitors, and it will be a Charlton throw. Near Rock. Long looking for run down that right hand side, but it's dealt with by Lewes, and it'll be an Addict throw. For this far side, can win fairly unmarked, and she'll use Megan Wynn. Try and get the turn. She's still got hold of the ball. She's going to have to get there and almost a ball out to Hukin on the left-hand side, but quite get there, and the ref has blown up anyway for a foul here. A little bit of a afters from Freda AEC. Nothing major, just a bit of a trip. The ball sent long by Charlton down that right-hand side, looking for Megan Wynn. That was well by Lewes, but picked up on that far side by Beth Rowe. Throw to the visitors there, but the Addicks convinced it came off a Lewes player. Ball's thrown inside the Noble. She's forced back, almost eaten up there by Elise Hughes, the ball, but dealt with well by the Lewes defenders. But got to be careful of that. Pace of Hughes, I think at the moment, not quite being picked up by the Lewes defence. She's having a few little avenues and running in there where she's getting a little bit of joy. Needs the ball to fall a little bit more kindly. Take the throw. Straight to Charlton player, and Saluda will drive forward with it. It's a bit of a brave 50-50 there, and Saluda almost gets there but just loses control of it. I think she just needed to be a little bit braver there and just give a bit more in the middle. Both players kind of backed out the tackle, so I think if Saluda had pursued, she'd have picked that ball up. Doesn't matter too much because she's there on the trying to get the ball now, but it's gathered well by Tatiana Saunders. The Addicks at the moment having the better of the inroads. They're getting the ball through, playing some nice football, but just lacking a little bit of clinical finishing in that final third. At the moment, the Addicks looking much more comfortable this afternoon and putting the Lewes keeper under pressure, and it may bounce out here for the Charlton throw. Bounce for a Lewes throw, but the pressure there was great, closing down from the Addicks, really putting Lewes in uncomfortable positions. They don't want the ball there, so Charlton are doing well to close them down, especially down this side here with Fox and Hukin. They're really struggling to deal with the pace of both. AEC now looking for a lot. Haven't really got anywhere to turn with Saluda on her tail, but they get the ball away, but only as far as Fox. He gets the ball down and back to her, looking for an option now. Tries to go back. The ball sent long again, looking for Saluda to get the ball under control. She had a bit of time there, and she does. Ball out to Rote, looking for some support. She almost finds it in Georgia Fox, but the ball again only comes as far as Philby, and I thought she was going to have a go there. She saw the headlines, but she decided not to, and some nice one-touch football played on this side. And that's a great ball in by Fox, looking for the back post, but just had that little bit too much on it. It was really good run inside from Megan Wynn, but she just didn't have enough to get there. But that was some lovely football from the Addicks. A nice 1-2 between Roach and Fox. Fox sends the ball to the back post, and Wynn was coming for it, but just a little bit ahead of her. But again, some encouraging stuff from the Addicks this afternoon. Victory this afternoon, check just a point behind second place, Crystal Palace.
Stay, go on, Alicia. Fox, next one. If it goes, Fox, you gotta go.
Going to be taken for the Addicks by Fox. For options, she may use Saluda if she can hold the ball up, but tries to go longer looking for Hughes, and it put the Lewes defender in a little bit of an uncomfortable position, and the ball almost falls kindly for Fusion. She looked for Saluda, but the ball runs out of play. Short option provided by Rote. Ball away, struggle a little bit. Philby manages to get the ball back in the mixer. It may fall nicely here for Wynn. Tries to get the ball under control. Sends it back. The great strike, taking a deflection. Very, very nearly. Lois Hukin with the initial strike takes a slight deflection off Elise Hughes and almost wrong foots Tatiana Saunders, but she does well to recover and keep hold of the ball. The direction of the ball completely changed with that deflection. So she's done well. She shifted her body, managed to get back over and gather the ball. That's another good opportunity for the Addicks. They drive forward in midfield now, and the foul on Tallulah from AUC. Captain Anna Philby now looking for the forward. Sends a lovely ball. Looking for Megan Wynn, but it's dealt with by the Lewes defenders. A great ball actually from Philby. Very, very impressed with her distribution from set play, and also from just long ball from her own half, sitting deeper and creating a lot for the Addicks. The referee's blown up here for a foul. Really see what happened as it was off camera.
Hold there, Lois H. Don't need to keep dropping. Hold.
Free kick will be taken by Lewes now. They send the ball long down that far side. Don't have much joy with it. The ball's dealt with well by Charlton. They try and get the ball to Megan Wynn, but bounces through. But for a Charlton throw.
Roach out here if you can. 2 touch. If you can.
Trying to show some options. Throwing is taken, but dealt with by the defender, and now tries to get the ball through, but bounced out again for a Lewes throw. They go to take it early and back, but closed in by Charlton, and we're looking for another option now as the ball goes forward to Dumatong, but again closed down well by Charlton. And it's the Addicks that come away with the throw this time. Take it quickly. Best way back, pop down this side for the ball, but the ball's sent long. Looking for Lois Hewk, and she almost gets it under control, but like gift the surface and ended up ahead of her.
Winnie, half and half.
Lewes struggling with options really from this throw. Charlton keeping them so tight in that corner, and struggle with it there as Hughes tries to get the ball under control, and it almost falls for Roach, but now Philby picks the ball up. Great little reverse pass to Roach again. Look for the options, Lois Roach. She tries to get it over to Elise Hughes. It's sent her a little bit wide. Tries to get back inside. And it's gathered well. By Charlton to get the ball inside, looking for Tallulah, but just over her head. But the ball stays in play with Wynn. She gets the ball out on this near side for Beth Rowe, and that'll be a foul and a free kick to Charlton. Again, another great opportunity. Some great work again on this left-hand side by Lois Hewken. Ball initially sent out a little bit too wide for Hughes, but she does find Hewken on the left. The ball up, manages to get a great ball across, looking for Tallulah, but it just over her head, almost 1-0 Charlton. Wynn does well to keep the ball in play, and Rowe gets on the end of it, but fouled by the Lewes player, and the Addicks have a free kick in a decent position here. The Addicks packing out the penalty box at the moment. Got short option, but silly to not pump this in the box, given the presence that you've got in there. Sun in the eyes as well, goalkeeper. Ball sent in, it's a little bit too soft, doesn't beat the first player, and ball's worked back by Charlton to Rowe. Rowe sends it long again for Hughes. She does so well to get that ball. It's a great knockdown, but it just didn't fall kindly enough. Get there was fantastic, and that's a great effort there from Rowe. And I tell you what, that wasn't a million miles away. Great effort from distance from Charlton. Lewes really struggling to get out of their own half at the moment. The Addicks well in the ascendancy in this opening half hour. The ball was worked back nicely for Rowe. She takes the effort, and it almost looks like it skims the top of the crossbar actually. It's some effort from the Addicks player. Really, really good performance so far from Karen Hills' side. Be very, very happy with what she's seeing. And Lewes played the ball short there, played themselves into danger, and managed to just get the ball out only on this side. And it's great pressure from Megan Wynn, and Charlton win the ball back, and the ball now sent back to the Addicks. Push forward, but it takes a little bit of a pinball, if you like, and ball sent long again by Charlton as Megan Wynn uses her pace to try and get the better on this far side of Rebecca McKenna, and she does so. The Addicks winning the throw, again in a dangerous position. Drop now. Roach on the edge of the box. Box further away. Foot movement and finds Salula. Does well to turn, tries to get on her right foot to get the ball across, and almost does. And I thought that the ball was going to bounce out there from Noble for a corner, but she does well to get it back under control and get the ball away. But the ball's only sent away as far as Kira Skills. He gets the ball down this right hand side, and now it finds Salula again. Salula trying to just make her way through, and she almost does. I thought she was going to get the ball through the player's legs there, but just got enough on it, and the Addicks concede a free kick. Slight trip from Megan Wynn.
Alicia, well done. Megan Wynn, well done. You can hold.
Really good half from Charlton so far. Don't think I've actually seen the ball in the Lewes half for a good 15 minutes or so. In the Charlton half, sorry, for a good 15 minutes or so. It's really good pressure from Karen Hills' side. Ball thrown there, really no option from Lewes, so forced to go back from the free kick and send the ball long down this side to Clifford. Plays a nice 1-2, but it just clipped off the back of her heel, and now is back in the possession of Charlton. He's out to Fox on this left hand side. Fox drive for Lewes players for company, and they managed to tackle, but it's a good recovery from Elise Hughes. The throw taken by Fox. Good knock on, high foot given there. Did look a little bit high, nothing too intentional, but ball took the bounce, and the high boot of Buchan sees the free kick, and the free kick taken quickly by Noble, but only back to Saunders in goal. He plays it out short, and it's a mistake by Lewes, and Saunders does incredibly well to recover. She was left with absolutely... Oh, but another recovery's gone wrong here, and the ball will go across square by Charlton, and it's a goal! Elise Hughes opens the scoring for the Addicks. It's been coming all half. The pressure from the Addicks has just been too much for that Lewes defence. That initial error with the short ball back to Saunders. Originally she deals with it, but it comes out to the left-hand side. It's closed down by Lois Buchan. Ball recovered there, well, nearly. Megan Wynn almost opening the scoring, but the ball's picked up by Lois Buchan. She squares the ball, and Elise Hughes has the easiest job to tap that home, and the Addicks take a deserved 1-0 win here at the Oakwood. Some fantastic stuff been played by the Addicks so far this afternoon, and that scoring more than deserved. You could see a defensive error brewing over the last sort of 5 minutes or so, putting that high line on the Lewes defence. They were really struggling to deal with Charlton's attacking press, with the pace of Lois Buchan, of Megan Wynn, and Elise Hughes, the goal scorer, and that's given now. And the Addicks take a 1-0 lead after 33 minutes. Lewes looking to respond almost immediately with Umatong. Umatong gets the ball under control in the Lewes box, and will she turn here? On, it's dealt with well by Eartha Cummings. Probably the first bit of attacking press I've seen from Lewes all afternoon. And the first opportunity they have, it's a great little move. A 1-2 served originally between Aisi and Dalton. The ball finds the visitors' top scorer, Umatong. Kind of forced out wide by Charlton, and she does get the ball over, and it's dealt with well by Eartha Cummings. And the Lewes top scorer at the moment is down injured. Don't know if she fell awkwardly on her shoulder. Hopefully nothing too serious for the visitors. Heavily relied on for her goals, Umatong, and a physical presence up top as well. And they need her at the moment as they trail 1-0 here at the Oakwood. A little break in play here for the Addicks. Karen Hills and Ratish Mishra get their messages across for their performance so far in the first half. Some very positive stuff from the Addicks. and great football being played, especially in that final third. Going to show you the goal again, because see, the ball was played out. It was just misjudged by the Lewes defender, and Saunders does come out to greet it, stop Wynn from opening the scoring, but that immediate pressure from Lois Hewkin gives her the easiest task. Just a square for Elise Hughes. And it's a deserved lead for the Addicks. That'll take Elise Hughes to the top of the scoring ranks now with 4. He was tied on 3 goals with Ella Rutherford, who's on the bench this afternoon. Sure she'll be wanting to come on in the second half and compete for that title of top scorer. And we've seen quite a lot this season. Ella Rutherford goals very impressive early on this season. That shows the depth now with the Charlton side, trying to get themselves into the WSL. Investment shown, and the management staff that have come in. Serious project going on here at Charlton. Karen Hills is doing a fantastic job with the Addicks this season. See here how Lewes trying to get themselves back into it. Ayusi manages to get the ball over to Umatong and take herself a little bit out wide, and it's dealt with well by Cummings. I think she's just fallen awkwardly there. She went straight down, and there was an immediate wave to the bench, so hopefully nothing too serious, but it doesn't look like Umatong will be able to continue. Still down at the moment. Breaking play will be a time to tell you the home ticket for Charlton's home clash with Fleetwood Town are now on sale at cafd.co.uk. Go and get your tickets for that game next Saturday as Johnny Jackson's Addicks look to get back to winning ways back in SE7 next Saturday. Also had rearranged fixtures of the postponed Gillingham clash that was supposed to take place over the Christmas fixture suggestion. That didn't happen because of COVID cases. That's now been arranged to take place at the Valley on Tuesday the 15th of March, 7:45 kickoff. And the postponed away clash of AFC Wimbledon has now been rearranged for Tuesday the 22nd of March for a 7:45 kickoff. The Addicks taking a sold-out away end to Plough Lane on their first visit, so I'm sure that'll be a great occasion later on in the season. Hope players are okay here. Has oxygen on the pitch. Doesn't look like she's going to continue. It's hard to see whether it was a shoulder or a knee. She went down initially holding her knee. The shoulder. Not sure that Umatong's going to be able to continue for visitors this afternoon.
Come on, switch on now. Let's refocus her. Get ourselves set.
The Addicks get the game back underway.
Yes, Winnie. Go on, Winnie.
Ball sent long by Cummings, but well by Fox. Hughes tries to turn her player, succeeds, but it's brought down in the process by Ayusi. Charlton now with possession. Their own half. Philby sends a searching ball down the left, looking for Hughes. It was intended, great intentional ball, but just picked up by the Lewes defence and is sent back and cleared by Saunders. Umatong is back on the pitch, which is great because that looked like a serious injury originally. I saw the oxygen on the pitch, so it's great to see that she's okay and able to continue. DC sends the ball, but picked up well on this right hand side by Beth Rowe. Rowe drives it step over. Fantastic run from Rowe, this. Gets the ball out wide, and it's a great little move by Charlton, but just brought down there. I don't think there was anything in there for a foul, but Charlton with a great run again. Megan Wynn tries to drive the ball forward, but it's picked up well. But only as far as the Charlton defence. They'll try and play out now. Ross sends the ball for Alicia Salula. The option on the right, she thought about it, but held onto the ball a little bit longer. She may use the options over this near side. Does. Ball over to Fox. Fox to Hughes. Hughes with a great pass into Roach. Roach looking to find Hughes again, but just caught the ball wrong. But some good football again being played by Charlton. A nice one-touch passing in the middle. Just caught the foot wrong there. And looking for Lewes Hughes, he closes the ball down now. Charlton and Lewes again struggling to get the ball away here as it's picked up in midfield. Roach tries to turn, but dealt with well. So DC will send the ball long, looking for Umatong. Will she find her? I think she will. Umatong thought about the first time shot, drives the ball on goal, and it's a good save again by Etha Cummings. Two good opportunities in the last 10 minutes or so from the visitors. The great ball from Aisi finds Umatong, but it's dealt with well at the near post by Etha Cummings. Player in fine form, Etha Cummings. Really impressed since she joined the club. Lewes drive forward again now. Well by Charlton, but a little bit of head tennis in the middle and long searching ball for Hughes, but she was sat just a little bit deep defending there. Didn't quite pick the ball up, and Lewes come away with it again on the far side. Good little move there by the Lewes player, and the ball sent out wide to Clifford. Clifford thought about the shot on her left, but slows down and turns. Ball out. May pick up again, but she doesn't get there, and it's a foul conceded by IEC. Charlton will have a free kick. Good work by Mia Ross to recover the ball. Looked like she may have got away with a bit of a run down the centre of midfield, but she's brought down by Freda Ayisi. Cummings will take the free kick for Charlton. 43 minutes gone here at the Oakwood. We approach half-time. Charlton 1-0. They're good at the moment, thanks to that goal from Elise Hughes.
Get closer to her, Rochi.
Cummings sends the ball long down this side, looking for Lois Hughes. Ball nearly bounced finally, but it's dealt with well by the Lewes defender, and she finds Clifford. Clifford slows down quickly by Fox. Fox brings it forward now for Salula. Salula tries to get the ball onto her left foot for a shot. She gets it, but it just sails wide. Probably off balance there a little bit. The weight of the body just the wrong side, so couldn't quite get the connection she wanted to. Probably had a better option there to play it left to Lois Hukin on the left, but opted for the shot. That'd be a goal kick to Lewes now. They've got two options short, but I think after the pressure they've had recently, they're worried about playing it short, but they do, and the ball takes a nasty bounce in their own box. They're playing it bravely at the moment, Lewes, and the ball bounces just over the head of Salula. Closed down by Mia Ross, and Salula doubling up on Aisi. Does well to hold the ball off and send the ball back. Keep it in possession for the visitors, and they send it long to Clifford. Flick the ball over her head. Great bit of play. Look for the run down the right. Doesn't get there, but the ball finds Salula now. Does well to get it on her left-hand side. This time she does play the left ball to Lois Hukin. Hukin gets the ball in. Not a bad ball, but there's no one really there to greet it. Ross had the ball, but leaves it for Skills, who sends the ball forward to Beth Rowe. Rowe looking for an option now. Takes it herself, but flipped the Lewes defender, but only as far as Lois Hukin. Tries to get the ball on her left. She finds... Oh, what a strike. Unlucky. With a good effort from Rowe. Almost put the Addicks 2 up. I think she just leant back a little bit, got the ball. It was a great effort. Rowe bounces around and picked up well by Hukin. She gets the ball on the left, and maybe she just needed that touch. Rowe forced that wide and just took the weight of the body Offside against Charlton here. I think Beth Rowe down in the box. That's Megan Wynn. My apologies. Didn't quite see what happened in the lead up to that. Stretch out her knee. Nothing too serious. Important player, Megan Wynn. Pace down the right hand side, causing all sorts of problems this afternoon and this season. See what happened here. She went in for the ball with the goalkeeper Saunders, put her under pressure, try and get it. I think they both felt that a little bit. You could see the keeper limping as well. The offside was given, but I think both Saunders and Megan Wynn feeling that one, but it looked like she's going to be able to continue and limp this one off. Thumbs up to the bench, assuming she's okay, which is great news for the Addicks. Approaching half time here at the Oakwood. Charlton still 1 goal to good. Very good opening half for the Addicks this afternoon. Lewes gets back underway. Ball sent out by Cleverly. Sent long. That far side looked for Zoe Cross, but just had a little bit too much on it. Maybe a little bit of added time here in this first half. The injuries to Umatong and that break in play there for Megan Wynn and for Saunders as well. Have to come in goal. Sent long to Hughes. Hughes gets under control, but dealt with, but only far as Delula, and she gets the ball out to Fox. Fox stopped on her right foot, sends the ball across, a little bit risky with Umatong for company, but dealt with well. Goes back out to Fox. Drives down this left side, uses the outside of the boot to get the ball into Salula. On her favoured left, she drives the ball across. Oh, almost. Fell quite nicely for Lois Roach, and oh, what a strike. Saw the headlines there, but a little bit too much on it. I mean, if she'd have scored that, that would have been absolutely outstanding, but not a bad effort. The way Charlton are playing this half, wouldn't put anything past them at all. Ball came out. Some strike from Philby. Saw the headlines. I think if she'd have scored that, she wouldn't have had to buy a drink in Crayford for about a year. Rowe takes the throw for the Addicks. Fox, a little bit behind her, but she recovers well, and the ball bounces out to Lois Yukon on the left. She looked to send Fox on the overlap. She does. Comes out to Roach again. Roach looks to get the ball across to Hughes. Will she get there? She does. Just wide. Almost. The Addicks again looking comfortable at the moment. Probably don't want half time to come the way they're playing at the moment.
Fox, excellent play. Let's get set now. Come on. Last little bit. Focus here.
Goal kick to be taken by Saunders. Saunders again playing it short. They're putting themselves under pressure almost immediately, the Lewes defenders. I'm not sure if this is a game plan of playing out from the back, but at the moment they're struggling to deal with the Addicks press, but they do come away this time, and Clifford with a good driving run through the middle. She's come all the way over to the left-hand side. Gets the ball out on the wing, and she looked to provide the overlap option for Howells, but it's not used. Howells with a quick step over, looked to get the ball across to Umatong, but a little bit too much on it, and with Clifford making that run down the left, there's no presence on the right to pick that ball up, and the ball will run out of play for a Charlton throw.
Mia, keep coming over. Close the spaces up.
Deep in their own half here with a throw. Trying to use not the ball on. It does, but it come off of of her and out for a Lewes throw now, deep in Charlton half. Safe by Cross.
Stand up, stand up.
Cross-body Noble. Cross again, tries to the outside of the boot to play a ball down on this right-hand side for Izzy Dalton, but it doesn't come off, and the Addicks again have to throw. Try and get the ball away. Pressure from Lewes. Oh, we were not huge to see with that, to be honest.
Earthy, here. Field. Elise.
Coming to take this goal. Charlton could be the last kick of the half. And it is. And that's half time here at the Oakwood. Charlton taking the lead for Elise Hughes after a bit of a defensive mishap by Lewes. Originally recovered well by Tatiana Saunders, the goalkeeper, but the immediate pressure of Lois Hewcombe meant she could drive the ball across, leaving top scorer Elise Hughes with the job to do of tapping it home. So half time here at the Oakwood. Charlton Athletic 1, Lewes 0. We'll see you in the second half. Good afternoon and welcome back to the Oakwood, where Charlton currently leading Lewes 1-0 thanks to a goal from Lewes. We're going to take you through those highlights.
Step in, Phil.
Just another quick highlight of the goal here. The high press of the Addicks paying off. Wing closes down the goalkeeper. Things just about recovered, and then the great closing down from Lewes can square it for Lewes. And that is the difference between the sides at the moment here at the Oakwood. The Addicks leading 1-0. But just as we await the players to get back on the pitch, good opportunity to run you through some of the things coming up at Charlton Athletic. Charlton will be hosting Oakwood United on the 19th of February, and on that day as well, more importantly, they'll be hosting PSA testing day at the Valley. So if you want to come down and get your test, highly encourage that men, especially over 50, come down and get their test. It's just a £10 donation required on the day, and you must book in advance. So if you're going to book and you want the details for how you can book, just head to cafc.co.uk. Both teams heading back out on the pitch now at the Oakwood. A nice sunny afternoon here in Crayford. Charlton playing some fantastic football in that first half. The goal scored by Hughes, really the easiest chance of the afternoon, to be honest. A couple of other great chances created by the Addicks. Could quite easily be sort of 3 or 4 to the good here, but it's just the 1 goal for now. Scored by top scorer Elise. Take you through a few of the other women's championship scores today. Full time is Durham 2, Crystal Palace 3. Currently Blackburn Rovers 0, Bristol City 1, Liverpool 0, Watford 0, London City Lionesses 2, Sunderland 0, and Sheffield United 0, Coventry United 0. Yeah, it stands just 2 points off second place in the division. London City Lionesses currently holding that second place, with Crystal Palace and Durham behind on 21 points. The Addicks currently on 20 points, along with Bristol City. Lewes still in 7th place in the division, and it will be Lewes that will get this game back underway as the referee checks the goalkeepers are ready.
Low. Engage early. Stay tight in there, Mia Ross. Engage early.
Other half, please. Other half. Thank you.
And the referee gets us back underway as Lewes look to try and create an early attack, but it's intercepted by Charlton. They get the ball back in comfortable possession, and the ball goes back to Cumming. Been chased down by Georgia Timms, who's come on at half time for the visitors.
Well done, Rowie. Pin. Referee. Ryan, you can see in the back there.
Sent long, and Wynn almost closes it down but doesn't get there.
Kira, well played.
Ball's
Great position.
dealt with well by Kira's skills. Looks as if the change for the visitors at half time was Ini Umatong, the top scorer. She obviously had that knock midway through the first half. Unable to continue this half. Did well to continue in the first, but she's been replaced by number 9, Georgia Timms, for Lewes. Cousins takes the throw for the visitors to Ayesi. Ayesi tries to cut the ball inside to Timms, but it's cut out well by Charlton, and they send the ball long to Hughes. Hughes holds the ball up well, forced back to Beth Rowe. Rowe driving down this right-hand side, sends the ball looking for Hughes, but cut off by the 2 defenders cleverly, and by Ellie Hack, who's also come on at half-time for the visitors. And it's Hack now who gets the ball away. Lewes looked to break away down the far side as the ball was into
Winnie, in with them. Winnie, in with them.
their attacker, but it's forced back
Into the block, Winnie.
by Charlton.
Elise, shot in! Where's your player?
Ball comes in, looking for Georgia Timms, but bounces away, and Eartha Cummings will take the goal kick for the Addicks.
Sorry, Shuki!
Clifford that nearly fell to.
Jump on that centre back!
Sun gleaming on the white shirt. Difficult to read that number, and Cummings clearing something off the pitch. Takes a goal kick. Then this one long does, pumping it up towards that left-hand side where you can have some joy in the first half, but it's dealt with well by visitors, and they get the ball away, but only as far as Tallulah. Battling midfield there, but Charlton come out on top. Tallulah tries to send the ball back, but it's a breakaway now for the visitors. They drive down that far side, and it's dealt with well by Roach.
Carriers.
Then down this left-hand side looking for Clifford, who swapped sides this half,
Roach.
but it's run out of play.
Philby, well covered. Well covered. Can we hook?
Have a throw deep in the Charlton half.
They can win out!
Need to come closer, Elise.
Taken, and it finds Ayesi. Tries to get the shot away on her strong right foot, but she doesn't, and Charlton look to break away now as an option down the right, which they use, and it comes out to Megan Wynn. Wynn now driving down this right-hand side, but it's dealt with well by Ellie Hack. Beth Rowe will take the is thrown for the Addicks. Mia Roth, and balls ended up back at the feet of Saunders. Saunders closed down again the defence by Charlton, and looked like Hucombe was going to try and get that on her left foot to take the shot, but it dealt with well by the visitors. For those tuned in on Charlton TV, apologies. At the moment, we're having some technical issues with the camera down at the Oakwood. Look to resume picture as soon as possible. While we wait for that stream to kick back in, here's the highlight so far. Strong early encounter from the Addicks. Plenty of chances. Lewes backline really struggling to deal with Charlton this afternoon.
2v1, George! Well played, well played. Get in. Well played.
Hey, switch on, come on!
Roche! Put!
Kira! Stand up! Stand up!
Come on then,
Get up,
you.
Swap!
Mark! Mark! Alicia! Mark! Well done, Earthy! Do it! Do it! Do it! Good! Good, Winnie! Delay! Delay, Mia! Mia, delay! Delay!
Apologies and welcome back. Charlton TV, a couple of camera issues down at the Oakwood, but we're back on the stream now, so apologies for the action missed. We're back in 52 minutes played here. You just joined us. Charlton Athletic, 1 goal to good. Thanks for that. First half goal from Elise Hughes.
Delay! Delay! Good, you three! Come on then, Winnie!
Keep it!
Higher!
Here we go, head!
Ball sent long by Saunders. Saunders to Clifford, that dealt with well by Charlton. Bit of a contest in the air, and Clifford comes down holding her head, but nothing in it really.
Good, Kira, skills!
Ball sent long, but he's dealt with by Charlton. Cummings has it at her feet. The Brock probably picked one up.
Good.
Charlton try and play the ball away now. Down this right-hand side.
Well done, Rowie.
Sent long for Salula. She does fantastic to get that under control. Great touch from her.
Referee.
But just pressured, and referee delayed a little bit there. I thought that he wasn't going to give that free kick, and I think Salula a little bit confused as to why. Anyway, she has now, and Charlton will have the free kick just inside the Lewes half. So quickly and sent long down that left side, looking for Lois Eucken. It's going to fall nicely. That's a great pass out to her. She's under immediate pressure. Rebecca McKenna, well, she has the box on the left, doesn't use her, tries to get on her left and get the ball in for a cross. Dealt with well, and will be a Lewes goal kick.
Give yourself 5.
Saunders sends the ball long.
Good.
Dealt with well
Drop down, midfield.
by Rock.
There we are. There we
Balls
are.
in for
Good. Go, 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 go,
Aisi.
go, go. Good, Mia.
Tackled by her own player there. But a little bit of miscommunication between the Lewes midfielders.
Left.
Linesman's given
Look at the line.
a Charlton throw, but not overly convinced there. It's off camera, so hard for us to
That's
tell.
what we're
But
talking about, Mia Ross.
the Lewes player's not happy with that decision, and Hughes has the ball now under pressure from
Good.
Pack, and she's forced back to Kira Skills. Sends the ball back to Cummings.
Yes, Winnie. Winnie.
Cummings looking for options, and she's going to send it long again down that left-hand side for Fox. A little bit heavy for her. The touch great, but of course, the Salula, she tries to find Eucken, but it only gets as far as McKenna, and McKenna sends the ball down for Howells on the right-hand side. Sees Lewis throw. Having a little bit more joy down either side now, Lewes, after swapping Paula Howells and Lucy Ashworth Clifford round. New challenge for Fox, the row, right-hand side. Ball's driven in by Lewes, but it's wasteful. That'll run out easily for a Charlton goal kick. Once again, apologies for anyone who experienced those technical difficulties and lost the vision of the game for 5 minutes or so. There's some technical issues down at the Oakwood. Now resolved, and we're back streaming to you live from BCD. Charlton 1-0 up, and searching shot there from Lois Roach, but just a little bit too much on it. See the replay. Good work on that left-hand side. Hughes holds it up, sends it over to Roach, and Roach takes it on her right foot. Just had a little bit too much on it. It was dipping, but probably needed to be either a couple of yards further out or take about 10% off the shot. Ball sent long by Saunders. Down this side looking for Ashworth Clifford. Has it, but Rowe closing her down at the moment. Good battle on that side between Beth Rowe and Ashworth Clifford, and it run out for a Charlton goal kick, but Lewes convinced they should have had a corner there. I think it did come off the Lewes player last, so I'm not too sure what they're contesting. Will be coming the goal kick, the Addicks.
Lois Roach under it, sharp.
Sent long, but only as far as Cousins. Head ball back in for Aisi. Aisi takes a shot, and what a strike! But off the bar was a fantastic effort from the Lewes player, Freda Aisi. She's been a real handful all game. Some effort. The ball knocked him well by Cousins. Wasn't dealt with well enough by Ross, and Aisi takes it on her right foot and thunders off the crossbar. Cummings, absolutely no chance if that was on target. That's a good effort from Lewes to try and get themselves back into this game. Charlton will need to be wary of that. They come forward now with the ball. The ball looked to fall to win, but just a little bit over her head. But it's knocked back in to the mixer for Hucombe, but was just too far ahead of her. The throw taken by the goalkeeper, but just a little bit of miscommunication there between Ellie Hack and Nicola Cousins, and the ball runs out for a Charlton throw midway into Lewes half. Rowe will take, but he goes backward. Ball back up again. 1-2 played and comes into the middle now for Ross. She's under immediate pressure. She has to go back to Cummings. Cummings sends the ball along. Lewes got to deal with a bounce. Left a little bit late there by Cousins, but just about enough, and the ball might fall nicely for Rowe. Look, she was lining up a shot, but Wynn now has it out on the right-hand side. Megan Wynn with the crossing, doesn't get the connection she intended, and it rolls through, and it's dealt with well, fairly easily by the Lewes defender. Giles takes the throw for the Addicks, back to her for Cummings. Sends it long. No real option there, bit of frustration. The Addicks up top. Giles sends the ball long, and a little bit of head tennis in the middle, well contested. I think there's a clash of heads there between Megan Wynn and Ellie Hack. Wynn seems to come off a bit better than the Lewes player there. A little bit of bash to the nose. Forehead met nose there. Back on her feet now. Just take another look now at this shot from Aisi. Ball laid off nicely by Ashworth Clifford, and the thunderous strike off the back of the crossbar, and it just does skim over, and the Addicks would be happy that that wasn't that little bit lower. It was impossible to deal with for Cummings. Shows a threat there from Lewes. Didn't look comfortable in that first half, looking a little bit more established in this second half. Charlton will need to keep controlled, keep disciplined. Ross now, inside. Ross forced back to Philby, and she has to go back to Cummings. Cummings sends it long, looking for Lois Hucombe on the left. Finds her, the head down almost finds Fox, but been adjudged to be offside.
Perfect, well done again.
Lois Roach, get him to get back on side quicker. Being lazy there.
Ball sent long by Lewes. Tested by Georgia Timms, and Lewes will win the free kick. Reminder, the Addicks are in action again next Sunday as they travel to Bristol City in the Championship, before they come back to the Oakwood on Sunday the 6th of February when they host Watford.
Just one, Lewis, Hucombe. You need to mark that player there, that's it. Look on the back post.
Yeah, ball is sent in by Izzy Dalton, and it dealt with. Nearly found the head of Ellie Hack, and it was dealt with well
Done,
by the Charlton defence. They got there just ahead of her. Ball will go out of play for a Lewes corner. Take it short. Aisi tries to turn onto her right foot. She almost keeps a hold of the ball, but goes to the ground. I thought she was going to play on top of the ball, but in the end, the ball will come out down this right-hand side for Mia Ross, but a bit ahead of her, but Charlton will win the throw-in. And watch the Lewes player laugh.
Hey, come on, keep this intensity up.
Throw. Goes back to Kira Skills.
Elise Hughes.
Get round up, get round up, get round up.
Cummings sends it long.
There you go.
To Hughes.
Go on low, go on low.
Next one.
Yes,
Right,
Alicia.
almost
Yes,
contest the
Alicia.
middle with Paula Howells, but it's Howells that comes away with the ball, and she's looking for Clifford on this side, but it's picked up well by Beth Rowe. Rowe going on a run of her own now, trying to get away past Cousins. She tells Clifford on her right foot, and the ball comes inside now to Hughes. Hughes knocks the ball in, nodded back, looking for Alicia Salula on the follow-up, but just fell short of her. But Hughes now pings the ball outright to Megan Wynn, but she's just straight offside. And the visitors will have a free kick deep in their own half. Charlton pressing up high, giving them little options but to go long. During that first half, the playing around the back and playing short for Lewes wasn't really working. It was playing him into danger more than anything. So probably looking to avoid that again. Tried to send it long, but it picks that well by Ross. Got 3 players for company, and it is Aisi that comes away with the ball. Puts it inside, and it's Ross that tries to come away with it. Salula does well to get the ball away from her, and the ball sent wide for Megan Wynn. She's got the pace to get there, but be just off balance to get the cross in and concede the Lewes free kick, goal kick. Just under 65 minutes played here. Charlton a goal to the good thanks to that first half strike from Elise Hughes. Lewes nearly back level in this half. A great strike from Aisi, but thundered off the top of the crossbar and over. Apart from that, the visitors haven't really challenged too much in terms of chances. Top scorer Umatong was withdrawn at half-time due to an injury she picked up in the first half. But Lewes have looked the better side so far in the opening stage of this second half. They have looked a little bit more comfortable on the ball, a little bit more controlled, especially playing out the back as well. The first half it was a real issue for them, so they're looking a bit more comfortable now. So Charlton will need to keep disciplined, keep comfortable on the ball themselves. It was a very comfortable first half, but they need to make sure they don't get placed here. Only a goal to the good at the moment, and the ball is sent long.
Good, Mia Ross.
Sent long again. Wynn chased down Cousins. Cousins doesn't look comfortable with this, and Megan Wynn does well, and she's getting around the keeper. I thought she was going to get around the keeper, but the bounce just about fell kindly for Tatiana Saunders, and I think there's been a little bit of a clash there. Nothing intentional from Wynn. You can see there Cousins completely misjudged the bounce. The pace of Wynn put her under immediate pressure, and ball just skipped ahead of her at her toe. She'd have managed to just knock that either side of the goalkeeper and take it round. Charlton would have been 2 to the good. Nothing intentional there from Megan Wynn, but a couple of protests from Lewes that she might have left her foot in, but it'd be utterly ridiculous if she didn't go for that ball. Saunders seems okay now. She wants to get on with the game. It's the skipper for the visitors that's not too happy with that one, but I'm sure if it was the other end, they'd want to compete for that ball. Ball sent long, looking for Clifford, but far too ahead of her, and it dealt with well. Kira Skills picked it up.
Stay out, hey, stay out. Alicia
Not there, but Hughes managed to get away, but she had 3 players for company, and it was Clifford that was putting her under immediate pressure. Will be another Charlton throw. A lot of space is being used. Charlton being marked here. They've got to show a little bit of movement, show an option. Salula coming into the picture now, showing an option. I think I would opt for her, really. Be looking to hold the ball up, but they go for Hughes. Another Charlton throw again. Not very happy with that one, the visitors, but been given the way of the Addick.
Well done, Rose.
This time, a little bit more space to get the ball away. The ball sent long for Hughes, but it's cleared away by Cousins as she sends it long for Howells. Back under control now by Lois Hukin. She's pressured by Aisi, and it's going to be a free kick to the Addick. Had a good game, Aisi, for the visitors. Constant threat, constantly pressuring Charlton players. Get a shot off the crossbar as well. Proving to be a bit of a handful, so Charlton want to be careful with that, but she does concede the foul this time, and the Addick will have a free kick. getting a bit of a talk to here. AEC and the referee. A little bit riled up. A team trailing 1-0 at the moment. Had that chance at the bar. Got to keep her head a little bit. Find us trouble with the referee. Charlton get the game back underway. Then the ball long looking for Hughes. It almost bounces nice to Buchan, but it's sent back out wide. Looking for Megan Wynn, but it was just a bit ahead of her. And hand goes up for the apology. I think it was a good ball, but I think Wynn was on the same wavelength this time. There's a bit of space there left. Charlton, 2 Charlton players just watched her peel away, but it's worked out okay for the Addicks, and the ball sent out the outside of the boot for Wynn, but didn't quite come off. And the visitors will have the goal kick taken short. Again, I'm under immediate pressure from Alicia Salula. Take the throw. Howells, she gets it under control into the middle, and now it's with Izzy Dalton. She sends the ball out left hand side looking for Ashworth Clifford. She's got a bit of space coming on her right. She does. Looks like she might take over. She finds Aisi. Aisi's sent left. Probably on her weaker side there. And it's gathered well by Cummings. Really test her there. But not a bad move down this left hand side. As I said earlier on, there's been a bit more joy down either flank with Ashworth Clifford and Paula Howells swapping sides. A fresh challenge for both Beth Rowe and Georgia Fox to deal with, and at the moment the Addicks holding on. Sent long by Cumming, knocked on well by Elise Hughes, and it nearly fell for Lois Hewcombe, but gathered well by Saunders. A miss kick there by Cousins at centre half, and Rowe has the ball now, and she sends it long for Salula. Salula will look to hold this one up, and she's contested it and thought she was dragged to the floor there by Ellie Hack, but nothing given by the officials. But Lauren Bruton warming up on the touchline. It'd be great to see her back in Charlton colours after her injury struggles. Great to see her back on the team sheet this afternoon. Cousins trying to steal a few yards there with the throw, but the ref sussed it out. Forced backwards, and she's looking to take the throw now. She finds Aisi, but Mia Ross does well to battle physically. She thought she was pulled there, but it is Charlton come away with it. And Megan Wynn now tries to break away with pace, and she did well, but the ball just didn't sit too kindly for Salula. But the ball sent in, looking for Hughes, which is a little bit behind where the ball was intended. Sent long by Saunders, but cleared up by the skipper Anna Philby.
Keep going, Winnie. Be aware, Ross.
Throw in taken by the visitors. Tested on this side. Charlton win the throw, but wasn't really a huge amount of contest from the visitors to get that ball back. I think they thought there was a foul, but nothing given. They are back in possession now as they play the ball down midfield. Again, a little bit of miscommunication. I thought that Aisi may have run for that ball, but it's a little bit too far ahead of Izzy Dalton. Ross now with the ball in the middle for the Addicks, sends the ball back to Philby. Philby under pressure, sends the ball long. There's no real option up there at the moment. The Addicks. Be interesting to see if Karen Hills will make a change soon. Got threat on the bench in Ella Rutherford. Good pressure. Salula forced back. The ball almost falls for Rote, but cleared away, and Megan Wynn again using her pace to get ahead of the Lewes player, and it falls back, and a bit of pressure there from Georgia Timms, but the Addicks deal with it well. Ball sent down the left-hand side. Didn't have enough leg for Hewcombe, but there's pressure now for the visitors on the half. And again, a little bit of miscommunication with the pass, and Megan Wynn has it on this right-hand side. Doesn't have a huge amount of support. Sends it to Hewcombe, sorry, but didn't come off, and the visitors will take the throw.
Yes. Substitution. Jade. Phil.
There is a substitution now. Lauren Bruton coming on, making her return. taking the captain's armband as well. Great to see her back in a Charlton shirt, and she comes on in place of Alicia Salula, who again has a fantastic afternoon. For the Addict, really well played from Alicia Salula. And now number 10, Lauren Bruton, club captain, back on to make her return from injury, and that is fantastic news. I'm sure you'd all agree for the Addict. Keeper under immediate pressure again. Just said this so many times. Keep playing themselves under so much pressure at the back. You can see the Charlton throw deep inside their own half. If I'm Lewes, I'm getting that long, I'm getting that clear, because proven time and time again in this game that the Addict playing that high press, keeping them on their toes, and at the moment not really dealing with it enough. But fair enough, they were dealing with it, but they're putting themselves in so many unnecessary positions, and the ball nearly fell nicely for Elise Hughes. She pinged the ball and it looked like it hit the hand of the Lewes defender, but no appeals. Nearly broke away down that right hand side for Howells, but it was cleared up nicely by Georgia Fox, who's had a fantastic game this afternoon as well. Signed on loan from Chelsea a few weeks ago, made a debut last weekend in the 0-0 stalemate with Sheffield United. Had a great afternoon again today for the Addict. Here's the Addict who come away with the ball now. Lauren Bruton chopped in on her left side. Looked like she getting away. When she went down there, I kind of held my breath. The last thing I want is for her to get injured again. So it's good to see her get up from that one. I think she just took a little bit of a clip on the heel. It's great to see that she's back up. Charlton will come away with it now. Nice football being played on this near side. Rowe sends it for Bruton. Bruton sends a lovely pass out to Megan Wynn, who's got plenty of space to get a ball across. She doesn't quite get on it what she wants, and it might fall nicely for the Addict. Great shot. Quite see who it was, the sun glare, and I think it was Hukin. Didn't quite connect with it how she wished, otherwise that would have been 2-0 Charlton. The ball sent out wide again to Megan Wynn, but just a bit ahead of her this time. Another good opportunity for the Addict. Another real highlight of just how threatening Megan Wynn is down this right-hand side. Got pace to burn, and Lewes struggling to deal with that at the moment. Rowe now has the ball, she's under a bit of pressure, so she goes back and finds Kira Skills, and she goes back to Cummings. Cummings being closed down by Georgia Timms and gets the ball long. Cousins wins the ball, but only for a Charlton throw. Rotate. Bruton with a little overhead kick assist. Not a bad ball either, really. Charlton have won the corner from it. Nearly found Hughes through on goal, but Ellie Hack come on. I think she shored up the Lewes defence a little bit, Hack, when she's come on. She's made some important tackles. I think Nicola Cousins has struggled a little bit. Hack seems to come in and mop a little bit of it up. So she's been a different challenge for the Charlton strikers this afternoon, coming on in this second half period. Will be Charlton with the corner now. It's drilled across. No one going to greet that with their head. It was drilled with quite a lot of pace and power. A little bit of a mistake there from Charlton, but it's foul conceded by the Lewes player. I'm lucky to get away with that, Charlton. The first sort of sloppy pass I've seen all afternoon, to be honest, and nearly played Lewes in on goal. Got to be careful of that, Charlton. Just over 10 minutes of normal time to be played here. Still holding on to that 1-0 lead thanks to the goal in the first half from Elise Hughes. It could be more, but Charlton need to be a little bit more clinical with their chances. Howells tries to break down the right-hand side, switched onto her left foot and switched the play out to Ashworth Clifford. Finds Ayusi. Ayusi now trying to get onto her right foot. She slipped this time, but she's still got hold of the ball, and Charlton can see the free kick on the edge of the box. Dangerous position here for Lewes. Silly foul, didn't need to happen. I think Ayusi was already off balance from that initial slip and kind of ganged up on her a little bit, to be honest, and sandwiched there, and that's conceded a free kick in a very dangerous position for the visitors. Charlton need to line up a decent wall here. Height of Tallulah missing from this wall, taking her off, so Cummings will be making sure that she gets this wall right. Not always an easy position here to to score from, you've got to get the ball up and down fairly quickly. It's quite a difficult technique, harder than maybe it may seem and look in this position. It's obviously a dangerous position to shoot,
Drop downs.
but it takes real skill to get it up and down. So
Drop downs. Lois
Cummings
Hayes, drop
has
downs.
placed her wall. She's taken a place on the right side of the goal. It is up and over, but it's a tame effort really, and it's gathered easily by Cummings.
Drop downs.
See there, you've got to get the right amount of pace on it really to get it up and down, and gets it up and down, but pace on it is fairly soft, and Cummings makes a fairly routine catch. He sends the ball long to Hughes. Hughes does get a toe to it and does win the ball, and it's contested well between Charlton, and they go out wide now to Hewkin. Hewkin tries to get the ball across, but there's nobody there. You know, it wasn't a million miles away from that post, but there was no one really greeting it. Probably had other options. Probably would have drilled that rather than lofted it, because there had a few Charlton players present in the middle, but no one really on that back stick. That's where the ball ended up, whether that was intended or not. See, at least Hughes uses that option. You've got Bruton in there and Hughes if you drill that, and Hughes can get a touch on it. It's probably 2-0, but they go for the lofted pass, and Megan Wynn's not really up to play at that point, so a bit of a wasted opportunity for the Addicks. Just try and send the ball long to Ashworth Clifford, but far too much on it, and it will be a Charlton throw. Just under 10 minutes of normal time to be played here at the Oakwood. Karen Hills side holding that 1-0 lead, but Lewes have shown some flashes this half of their quality, so Charlton needs to remain disciplined right to the death here. Charlton probably deserved more than one goal ahead, but just haven't taken all of their chances. Be something I want to work on. Some of the football being played this afternoon has been outstanding by the Addicks. Just the ability to put the ball in the back of the net with every opportunity given.
Stand up, stand up, stand
Lewes
up.
down with the ball. Sent long by Hack, but cleared away by the Charlton defender. Hughes might get there, but foul there by Cleverly. She got the head of the ball, the head of Bruton, but foul conceded, and the Addicks have a free kick. Giving them a huge rush to take it, to be honest, and silly Mizzy Dalton really just stand in the way, and her team's the one that's losing at the moment. You want to get out of the way and get the game played. Just more time on the clock, counting down for Lewes to get back into this game. Pretty helping in the way of the ball. Sent long by the Addicks, the right hand side, tested well by Megan Wynn, and no cross, but to kick it out for a Charlton throw deep into their own half.
Roachy, come and combine. Lois Roach, come and combine. Hey! You've seen that, referee?
Free kick given to Lewes. I'm not really sure why. It was off camera, but definitely something has gone on here. You can't really see what it was. Lauren Bruton clearly hurt. Being contested quite heavily by Lois Roach, but refs sending her away, but she's clearly unhappy, Roach, and Bruton getting up holding her shoulder. It was off camera, so we couldn't quite see what happened, but the Charlton player's not happy with that whatsoever. The grin on the face of Megan Wynn tells you all you need to know about that decision. There's a bit of confusion here for what that was for, but it is the visitor to get the free kick. Not overly sure why. Charlton assistant to teach Mizra storming the touchline at the moment. Getting instructed out to his side. Him and Karen Hills doing an outstanding job this season.
3 at the back, you on the left. 3 at the back, on the left for you.
Fullbacks! Fullbacks! Don't leave them isolated!
Get away with it.
Don't leave them isolated!
Ooh, going on at the moment. Not really sure why the game's been held on for so long. Tries to hold the ball up, but dealt well by Zoe Cross. Ball out the Howells, but can't get there, and it's cleared by Charlton. Kenneth takes the throw for the visitors. under immediate pressure. So you can out for another throw for the visitors. I think Charlton again thought that was theirs. Buchan contesting it, but nothing for them. Kick long, and it's tried to put under control by Bruton. She doesn't quite get enough on it, and it will be Ayesi to come away with it on this left-hand side. Does well to cop on her right and send Beth Rowe away without her. Great pressure from the Addicks there. Zoe Cross with nothing to do. Cousins looks to get the ball forward, but cut off well by Megan Wynn. But it's back to Cousins now, under immediate pressure from Wynn. Comes inside to Amelia Hazard, who's just come on for the visitors. Well contested again by Megan Wynn. Again, another person who's had a fantastic afternoon to Charlton. She's just a threat with her pace every time. 84 minutes gone here. She's still pace to burn. A massive threat for Charlton. Rowe takes thrown to the Addick. To Hughes, and he goes as far as Cousins, who spins it long to George Timms, and cleared well by Lois Rowe. Hughes had a bit more time to get it under control, and does. Bruton now does well there to turn away and drives forward, sends a ball out to Wynn. That's a fantastic pass from Lauren Bruton. Wynn with a bit of time to get options in the box. Will she wait? He does. She gets the ball in. Oh, almost. Thought that was going to land on the head of Elise Hughes, but it didn't. 3 players went for that in the end. Buchan, Hughes, and Ellie Hack for the visitors. Hack that got there ahead of the Charlton players and did well to defend that. She can see a great turn from Bruton. She drives forward, sends that beautiful pass down the right-hand side for Wynn. Got a little bit of time. She's closed down by Cousins eventually, but gets the ball across, and 3 players contesting that, and Hack does incredibly well. Fairness to get that ball away from visitors under pressure from the 2 Addick players. And I thought it came off of Hack actually, but it will be a goal kick.
Come longer! G, Amelia, free.
Saunders gets the ball out. Wynn gets the head to it as well. Ball halfway back from where it came from. The middle of the Lewes half. The visitors will have the throw. 3.5 minutes, the normal time to be played here at the Oakwood, and it is Ayesi that sends the ball long, looking for Georgia Timms. Philby was under a bit of pressure, but she does well to get the ball away, but only for a Lewes throw.
Stand!
Taken and inside for Ayesi. Ayesi, she has Wynn and Hughes company, which managed to escape both, and the ball almost comes inside. Bit of a push there. There's a couple of shouts for Charlton. Bruton tries to get the ball under control, but she's under pressure. Cross down the left-hand side, but Rowe clears it up, and it's eventually cleared by Gills. Forced back to Ellie Hack. She can only go back to the goalkeeper, and it is the keeper, Saunders, that sends it long. Just in the middle, but it's a bit of a lazy pass there.
Stand! Well done.
Charlton's got to keep their head, keep disciplined, as we've said.
Well done, Megan Wynn.
Not long to go here. Added time on top as well. The narrow 1-0 lead at the moment. Could be a lot more, but anything can happen in football, and it's only a goal, and you're never safe when there's just that one goal. So Charlton will need to keep their head for the remainder of this game. Then down the middle for Timms, and she tries to turn out and does find Clifford on the left. Clifford tries to get across in. She sends Rowe to the floor.
Mark!
Back out to
Mark!
Ayesi, and Ayesi tries to take the shot, but it's blocked well by Charlton.
Stand, Meg! Stand, Meg!
Megan Wynn contests. Does well to defend that. It was very difficult, physical battle there between Wynn and Ayesi. Will be a corner for the visitors, but Some real solid defensive duties being carried out there by the Charlton winger. Charlton need to defend this corner. Almost 89 minutes played here at the Oakwood. Charlton 1-0 up against Lewes. Corner comes in, but it's cleared, but only as far as the taker. And Dalton, and that goes back to Howells. Howells tries to get it in with her left foot. Doesn't have much luck, so she tries with her right and comes back inside. It almost runs all the way through. Nearly fell for Dalton, but it's been sent away, and McKenna is furthest player back to Lewes. Sends it to Saunders. Saunders sends it back to McKenna on the right-hand side under pressure from Buchan, but comes into the middle. Ball sent out far for Howells on the right-hand side. Will she cross it? Blocked out well by Charlton. Another throw conceded. Charlton got to defend here. So she gets her foot to that. She does well, but comes out for another cross, and it's dealt with well again by Charlton defenders. There's a pull there. That's if I've ever seen one. She's not given that though, the referee, and the ball's sent long by Saunders again. But this time the ball bounces out of play, and you hear the shouts from Karen Hills there. It was definitely a foul, and you could see that Hughes was trying to turn. Pulled down by the Lewes defender, but nothing given. See there, I mean, Hughes is in. If she turns her there, which, to be honest, I'd give her, I think she would. I think in that instance, Hughes has got the better of that. There's 3 minutes added time here at the Oakwood. But Charlton poised to make a change as well. Looked like Ella Rutherford on the side. It's just off shot. I think it was Ella Rutherford looking to come on. Additionally, a winger, so it'd be interesting to see if Lois Hukin or Wynn make way. But it isn't Rutherford, it is Holly Olding. Coming on a bit of defensive, shoring up the defence for these remaining 3 minutes of additional time. I think it was Hughes that made way. Goal scorer this afternoon. Charlton take the throw. It's knocked on by Buchan. It will be Olding to chase it down, and she got the legs and she's going for it, and Saunders gets there and sends it long. Looking for EC, but it's contested well in the air by Charlton. They get the ball on the deck now, and Wynn could be through. She leaves it to run for Wynn, and she does. Wynn, will she try and cut in? She does, but it's dealt with by the Lewes defenders, and Charlton win the corner. Didn't know whether Wynn would have left that. It was between her and Olding as who was going to take that on, but Wynn probably had the better of the chances from that position. Just took herself a little bit wide and took herself a bit off balance, and it was dealt with well by Ellie Hack. Charlton in no hurry to take this corner. Lois Roach being hurried up a little bit. There's a short option on. I think he's going to take it, but not the one I thought, and it comes for Ross. And oh! Thought that was going to be a goal. I think it was offside, but that could have been the second and would have been the final nail in the coffin, and all 3 points for the Addicks this afternoon. Ball sent long by Saunders and headed back by Megan Wynn. Tested well by Holly Olding, and Lewes got it in their back line, and they send it long. Again, looking for Georgia Tins, but don't get there, and Megan Wynn would try and pick this up. She got the pace to get aside of Cousins. She's got the pace, but Cousins using her arm to shield her there, really. Physical player, Cousins, and she's done well. In the second half, looks a little bit more assured than she did in the first. Throw straight to Megan Wynn, and she's come out on top of that one. Charlton looking to just control possession now, really. Wind the clock down. The ball was bent out wide, probably not intended to box, but she picked it up and drives down this side. Fox to Lois Hukin. Come into her left across the ball, but hold the corner, try and get the clock wound down. Sees the throw. Lewes looked to take early, but try and get this one a bit further forward. Charlton closing in. Not giving them a huge amount of space to play out from. And that's full time. Charlton Athletic. Another win for Karen Hills' side. That's 5 unbeaten now, as they push themselves further up the table in the championship. It was a first half strike from Elise Hughes in a fairly dominant first half for Charlton, and they held on in the second half. Snatch a deserved 3 points here at the Oakwood. and I'm sure Karen Hills and her Addicks will be very, very happy with that result, especially with Lewes being so close in the table. This stage of the season, very important that you clear away from your rivals, and Charlton have done that now, just 2 points away from second place London City Lionesses in the Women's Championship, and a fantastic win for the Addicks this afternoon. Run you through some of the highlights this afternoon. Plenty of chances created by the Addicks in the first half. An early shot there for Georgia Fox. Testing Saunders. Against great footwork from Lois Roach. Found Alicia Salula, got a shot away but just dragged it wide. Another opportunity for the Addicks. The early encounter, great ball in, Fox back stick, almost finding Megan Wynn. Transfer. Lois Hewcomb, but the ball deflecting off Hughes. Well, great work for Hewcomb again on this left side, almost finding Alicia Salula to open the scoring early in that first half. An effort as well, crashing off just skimming the top of the crossbar in the early encounters, and then here's the goal. The pressure at the back, well applied from Wynn. Tries to get there herself. Saunders plays it wide, thinking she's recovered, but Hewcomb snatches the ball from Rhiannon cleverly, and it was Elise Hughes, the Charlton top scorer, to tap the ball home. For the winner. Lewes tried to get themselves back into it with their top scorer. Sally went off injured shortly after the chance in Ina Umathong.
Delay, Mia, delay.
Charlton retained the pressure well in that first half to go in leaders and could have gone even further ahead first half. Plenty of opportunity for the Addicks in the opening 45. I think this was the one I wanted to go in the most. This thunderous effort from Philby. The Addicks that went in 1-0 up at half time. And the dominance continued into the second half. More chances, and Roach just knocking the ball over the bar there. The main real chance for the visitors this afternoon, with Aisi crashing the top of the crossbar with her effort.
Delay inside! Someone inside!
Just again tried to get themselves back into the game, but Charlton holding strong.
Hey! Good, Mia. Come on! Good, lovely.
Some nice football again played by the Addicks in the second half, and it was great. A ball in from Wynn that fizzed across the goal, and I thought that Hewcomb would have thundered that home, but she just didn't make the connection she wanted to. It remained 1-0.
Mia, drop in!
Get it. Addicks again trying to further extend the lead. It wasn't to be. This was the difference this afternoon. Some fantastic high press from the Addicks. And the goal scored by Elise Hughes. If you've tuned in this afternoon, thanks very much for joining us on Charlton TV. My name's Lewis Catt, and we look forward to seeing you again soon. Up the Addicks.